Love yours.
Hey y'all, welcome back for another video. I'm Jasmine, and I am a neonatal nurse practitioner. So if you're a returner, thank you for coming back. I know it's been a long time, homegirl and homeboys. But if you're new here, again, hi, I'm Jasmine, and I'm what's known as a neonatal nurse practitioner. So if you are here, I'm hoping that you know a little bit what that is. But if not, a really quick synopsis is basically I am an advanced practice nurse that takes care of premature or babies that are born early or babies that are born sick or like the itty bitty babies in the boxes. Yeah, so that's usually the synopsis I give people like on the fly. So that's what I am. That's what I do. If you're interested in nursing neonatal care, or maybe you just like saw my video and was like, hey, she seems cool. Glad that you're here. Thank you for watching the content. Hope that you'll stay, be a part of the fam. I try to be engaging. But today's video is going to be basically a life update. It's been a while since I made a video, and I have been encouraged both through connecting with some women on social media through my content and just some women that I've connected to in my job. And I've started a new job. I felt that it was warranted to sort of let you guys know where I'm at, where I've been, and where I plan on going. So let's get into the content once again. Okay, so first things first, prior to this, I had started a neonatal nurse practitioner position, and I was in Atlanta, Georgia, which is also the place where I went to undergrad. I went to Emory University for undergrad. That's where I got my degree at, and I love the city of Atlanta, so I sort of felt like my heart was drawing me back to that place. An opportunity presented itself, and I accepted. I got there, and I really enjoyed the learning experience that I got there. I saw such unique cases, but in the end, the longer I was there, I realized that that wasn't the place for me, and I didn't really fit in with the environment there. It wasn't the best for my work-life balance, and just not really what I saw for myself in terms of thinking about. Okay. Y'all, the devil has been busy because I have tried to record this thing like 4 times at this point. My phone done died. I done recorded it with the front-facing camera that way, so it was looking at the wall the entire time, and I've been yapping away. The devil is busy, but whatever. Okay. Like I was saying, the place was not a good fit for me. I just did not feel like that was the place that I was meant to be. It was very disappointing because I love the city of Atlanta, and like I have friends there, and I loved everything about my situation except my job. Truthfully, honestly, I hated my job. I hated it so much. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Like, I dreaded waking up and going to work every morning. I was so happy for every time that I got to leave. And not because of the patients, not because of the families. Like, it was just, I didn't feel like that was the right place for me. I didn't really feel supported there. I didn't feel like people were willing to pour into me. And like, that's not to say that any of these things are true. These are all my perception of these things. And also that year I had a lot of things going on externally with me, with my family. So, yeah, overall, I just felt like that was not the place for me. And after a lot of reflection and prayer, and I reached out to some of my mentors and some of my previous professors for guidance. I reached out to my father for guidance. Daddy, if you watch my YouTube videos, I want you to know I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. Okay, cut the sentiments. Yeah, I reached out to my mentors and sort of asked them, I explained to them my situation, what I was going through, and sort of asked them if they were me, what would they do? What was their advice? If they could offer me any. And both of them suggested that I look for fellowship programs, which was not something that I was familiar with being offered to nurse practitioners. That was something that I was more familiar with being in the medical model for physicians. I have a lot of friends from college who are either in med school, have graduated from med school. Like, I have a lot of healthcare friends, y'all. But I digress. So they told me to look into that. So I started to do some research in what that was, places that offered them, what that looked like. Did I think it was what I was looking for? Did I think it would be beneficial to me? And absolutely, I thought it would be great for me as a new practitioner going from graduation to clinical practice. Fellowship programs for APRNs, which stands for Advanced Practice Registered Nurse, for those who are not that familiar with that acronym. It is basically made of usually a 2-component program. The first component is didactic, where you have like lectures and educational things that they give you in order to support your transition from school to clinical practice. And then they also have your clinical orientation is usually interwoven into that. So your preceptors are aware that you're in the fellowship program. They help guide you through that process. They also act as mentors. They also connect you with a cohort of people. So it reminds me almost of a nurse residency program for people who are familiar with those. You have a group of people who are also going through fellowship at about the same time as you and are on about the same orientation timeline as you. And they just sort of offer a safe space in order for you to talk about struggles that you're encountering, to celebrate strengths that you have with yourself, things like that. So that is what I sought out, and I ended up interviewing at a hospital that had a fellowship program that looked very appealing to me. It's specifically for neonatal nurse practitioners, and I was offered a position and I accepted. So I started in the beginning of March, and I had to make another cross-country move. That was not fun, but anyway, completely worth it, because I really, really enjoy the position that I'm at now. I really enjoy my team. I love my preceptors. I have a primary preceptor, and then I have a couple of like secondary backup preceptors just for scheduling purposes that I work with every day, taking care of patients. It's been a really great transition thus far, especially with also the chaos of like moving and transitioning. It's been a whirlwind, but it's definitely been a process that I've been absolutely grateful and blessed to have. So, I plan on trying to keep up with my content, specifically because I want to use this platform to document my journey. Well, continue to document my journey, not just for myself, but also for y'all. So anyone that is out there that is interested or inspired by this, I hope that you continue to keep up with this. I hope that this helps you. Please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. All of my handles are the same on my YouTube, my Instagram, and my TikTok. So you can like message me on any. I try to be responsive, but also like baby be working, and like my life responsibilities be lifing sometimes. And I put those first. I'm sorry. I love y'all, but I prioritize real life before the internet. And also to the women that I have connected with via Instagram, if you're watching this, I love y'all. And I just continue to support y'all. Know that y'all always have a neonatal nurse practitioner, whatever our connection is. Know that you always got a system, a support system in me, and a resource whenever I can be. So, yeah. And I'll try to put some resources of things that I've talked about, like in regards to fellowship, down below in the description box for y'all to make that easy. But other than that, I really got to get off of here because I need to meal prep for tomorrow, because Big Mama got to work the next 2 days. And I also need to get in bed at a decent time, because if you've been watching my videos or if you watch some of my TikToks, you will know that I am not a day shift person, y'all. I worked, Lord. I worked night shift all as a bedside nurse. Even through school. I did clinicals on day shift, but I still worked PRN nights. I don't really like being awake during the daytime. And I have to be at work at 6:30 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and get my closing shift started on the crib. But I love y'all. Everybody stay safe. Have a good week, 2 weeks. I'll try to upload another update video a little more in depth, or some other video requests that I've had on TikTok. in the next couple weeks, okay? Love y'all. Bye. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can get updates on all my newest content.